Good day, everyone. Welcome to Jamovi for Educational Research Tutorial Series, Ep.6, Welch T-Test. What is Welch T-Test? Welch T-Test or Welch Test for Unequal Variances is a modification of independent samples T-test to see if two sample means are significantly different. The modification is to the degrees of freedom used in the test, which tends to increase the test power for samples with an equal variance. Unlike independent samples t-test, Welch t-test does not have the assumption of equal variance. However, both tests have the assumption of normality. A researcher wants to determine if the exposure to a certain intervention, which is the independent variable, has an effect on a chosen dependent variable by comparing the means of the control and experimental group, but the assumption of homogeneity of variance using Levin's test was violated. Note, provided that the assumption of normality using Shapiro-Wilkes test was met. Here is our sample situation. A supervisor wants to determine the effect of the teacher body program on the job satisfaction of teachers. He selected a school for the experimental group in which the teacher body system will be implemented and another school in which the program will not be implemented. At the end of the school year, he administered an instrument measuring job satisfaction of teachers in both schools. Here are the tasks that we will go through in this tutorial. Perform the test and check the assumption. Interpret the results. Report the analysis. Once your dataset has been successfully imported in the Jamovi software, you're now ready to perform the test. So make sure to keep your focus on the process. Let us now begin. When it comes to interpretation of results, these are the parts that you have to pay attention to. It should be clear that the reason we use the Welch t-test is because of the violation in the assumption for homogeneity of variance, wherein the value obtained is less than 0.05. Since it is stated there that a low p-value suggests a violation of that particular assumption, you must be able to get greater than 0.05 to meet this assumption. Although the assumption for normality test is met, it violates the assumption for homogeneity of variance, so instead of independent samples t-test, Welch t-test was used. For the results of the Welch t-test, always look at the p-value, which should be less than 0.05 for it to be significant. Effect size is also a must-check since it helps us understand the magnitude of differences found, whereas statistical significance examines whether the findings are likely to be due to chance. In Welch t-test, we use Cohen's t. Here's the guide for interpretation. If we got 0.2, the effect size is small. If it's 0.5, the effect size is medium. If it's 0.8, the effect size is large. For the descriptive statistics, you should report the values for mean and SD or standard deviation. This analysis report follows the APA format. Don't forget to change the title of the table from Independent Samples t-test to Welch t-test. Provided with the tables of results for inferential statistics, descriptive statistics, and the assumption for normality and homogeneity of variance, this is how you should report the analysis in order. Take note of the terms in blue font and the format of reporting values in red font. The study aims to determine the effect of the teacher body program on the job satisfaction of teachers. The job satisfaction was measured using a researcher-made instrument. Prior to conducting the analysis, the assumptions of independent samples t-tests, which are normality and homogeneity of variance, were examined using Shapiro-Wilk statistics and Levine's test. The results of the Shapiro-Wilk test show that the assumption of normality was not violated, represented by the given values. However, the result of Levine's test indicated that the assumption of homogeneity of variance was violated, represented by the given values. Thus, Welch's t-test or independent t-test of an equal variance was used as an alternative to independent samples t-test of equal variance. The result of Welch's t-test reveals that there is a significant difference between the job satisfaction of teachers in the experimental group and control group represented by the given values. There is a medium effect size for this analysis with a Cohen's d 0.51. The findings suggest that the teacher body program has a significant effect on teachers' job satisfaction. And that ends this session. Thank you for watching Jamovi for Educational Research tutorial series. Stay tuned for the next episode. See you next time.